Good morning, good afternoon, And good evening, everybody. It's time for day 27 of the 6-month crypto challenge. 1,500 of 20, 250K, not 25. Even though you might look like a fool doing it, let's all clap and give a big round of applause for Mr. Techie.
Hello, people of the interwebs. Thank you, Romeo, for the great introduction. I am joined today by Jeff, by Grizz, Damilon, Romeo, as you heard, and Jerome. And it has been an interesting 10 minutes in the lead up to the stream, because Bitcoin decided to go down and essentially wipe out our beautiful profits from today. So in between the time where I wrote the actual introduction to the stream, or the name of the video on YouTube, and now Bitcoin has been going down. So we're at 1409.03. Let's put that into our system. 1409.03. Well, at least we're still up 2%. We were up, I think, over 5% today. And yeah. Thank you, Bitcoin. Let's just have a look right now at what Bitcoin has actually been doing for the last short while. Where is it? Here we go. Look at these beautiful red candles. Oh yeah, baby. So literally in the space of 1 hour, Bitcoin has just been going down, and thus pushing down a lot of our coins, and thus pushing down our daily gains, which is a pain in the arse. We may potentially have to change strategy, guys. Being completely honest with you, I don't want it to come to 1 month and we still haven't made decent profit. So we have we have one more day, one more chance for Bitcoin to decide what it's going to do, and then flip strategy. What did Bitcoin do today? Let's zoom out. Let's go all the way over. We'll go to the 4 hours. Ooh, a nice time frame there. And as you guys can see, this line here is the historical line that comes all the way from our all-time high all the way down, and we crossed over it today. But it wasn't really a reason for celebration, because we've actually crossed over it before. As you guys can see, we crossed over and then we had a big... So yeah, we are waiting. We are waiting to see. And it's quite frustrating now that we start the stream and we are down again when today we had money. However, this is crypto. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up, but in varying degrees. So if something goes down 20%, it might only come back up 10%. Or if something goes up 20%, it might only come down 10%. But the general rules apply. Up and downs, up and downs. So, there's 25 minutes left till the close of the vote, because I hear a lot of people right now mentioning it. Guys, yesterday we said for the vote, I don't even remember where it is now. We said for the vote yesterday, guys, if there are 200 votes halfway through the stream, I can't even find it right now. Let me open up the link that I posted earlier. And guys, I went around posting this for you guys, you know, so that then you can... You know, people can come and check it out and read it. Where did I post it? Come here. Come on, baby. Yeah, I don't know where it is. I think last time I checked, we only had something like 41 votes. Right now we have 41 votes. I doubt, guys, that you're going to get 159 votes in the next 25 minutes. So I do apologize to those of you who wanted Lord of the Rings to be read out, but that's not really going to happen anymore. So let's have a look at how our trades have performed. And in fact, I noticed earlier that we didn't actually enter all of our trades into the sheet. So we're going to have to go through and enter them in. Let's have a look. So we have some IOTA. And if we scroll down here, we're going to need to open this in a new tab to enter in our trades. We bought IOTA. We bought it at... this price here, and we purchased 70 of it, and that was on the 25th. Okay, so we come here, IOTA, paste that. I can't remember how many we said, so I'll have to go back and check next time. Okay, who else did we buy? We bought Ion, which I don't believe we didn't add into our list. AION. Come back to order history. We bought 45 ion and 70 iota. So 70, 45, paste, copy this guy. Okay, same date, and I believe that's all the coins that we hold. I don't think we picked up anything else. So let's go through now and update our coins and just see what they are looking like. In order to simplify this process, I'm just going to duplicate this tab because I can't be bothered to keep switching backwards and forwards. Shrink it down like this. Wait, where's it gone? All the way to the edge. Yep, still there. Okay, so let's shrink it down like this. Scroll all the way over to the edge. I said scroll. There we go. Let's bring this guy now, and we can, come on, Windows. And we can come like that without showing the sexy background picture. That's on my desktop. So, let's have a look now. We have Walton. Walton is at, where's Walton? 20682. 20682. And we have 3 sets of Walton. Whew. Who else have we got in our list? We've got OMG is currently at 0.001871. Copy, paste, paste. Wabi is at 0.123130089. Oh god. Iota is currently at 0.123184555, and Ion is at 0.1232850. Happy days. Right, so as you guys can see, we have something that's in reasonably good profit. It was in higher profit earlier on, and we'll have a look at the graph and we'll check it out. However, we have 2 things that have insulted us slightly and given us a little bit of a loss over the last 24 hours or even the last 48 hours. So we're going to monitor them and we're going to check out how they are doing, and we'll also look at what they potentially may be doing over the next few days in order to ensure that everything is okay. So let's have a look first of all at OMG and see what OMG did and why many people sent me messages today like, Techie, OMG. And you guys will spot this and you'll be like, oh yeah. So OMG today decided to do this beautiful growth here. Okay, really grew very, very beautifully. And a lot of people sent me a message when it was around this area here. In fact, I actually put a message in several places saying, guys, if you are holding OMG and you maybe want to short it, i.e. want to sell it and buy it back lower, then monitor it and check it out. And indeed, it kept on going a little bit longer and then it dropped all the way back down again. It had this crazy big drop, so it actually dropped quite a bit low, but then it managed to bounce back up now and it seems to be recovering. So how did we do with this? Essentially, if we draw this line here, okay, if we draw this line here, I said, without clicking in some random place, you can see that we had a beautiful amount of growth. Okay, we broke away from this trend line quite a bit, and then we came back down and we bounced again off of this same trend line here. Okay, bounced up and then broke through it once more. So OMG is still in profit. It is still in good profit. However, I didn't, I wasn't too sure what was going to happen with it, so I just decided the best thing to do is just to hold the position. Otherwise, I would have to fire up a stream and then tell you guys, yeah, we're going to sell it, we're going to wait for it to go down, and then we end up doing a 6-hour stream like we did a few days ago. So that's why we didn't sell it, we just held it, but it's still in a good, decent amount of profit. I'm actually quite keen now to have a look and see why those coins went down so much. So we want to look at Wabi and we want to look at Ion. Wabi, no idea why Wabi went down so much. That it shouldn't have been the case. Ooh, Wabi, what have you been doing? So, This is actually very, very interesting. Let's go over to the 1 hour just to get a bit of a better view. This is very interesting to me. I don't know why Wabi has just been going down like this. I didn't see any news or anything about Wabi or anything at all. It is an extremely strong project. Extremely strong, and in fact a lot of people are getting very excited about Wabi recently. So this is very, very interesting. Some people asking where is the bottom. I don't actually know. Oop. I mean, so far we're at the lowest point we have been in a very, very long time. I mean, looking back here, this is the this is New Year's Eve right here. Okay, so we're at the same level we were at in New Year's Eve. So all of the growth of January and then the subsequent kind of drop over the last month and a half, and we are currently at the lowest point. I am going to have to do quite a bit of research and ask around and see if anyone is aware of why Wabi is so low. We didn't even come this low when we hit the 6K bottom on BTC. But this is new. So I'm going to monitor Wabi, and we're going to check it out and see what is up with it. Also Ion, Bitcoin. We can zoom in. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too scary so far. It hasn't got a brand new bottom, you know. So we're just going to monitor it right now. I believe we bought. Can't remember where we bought. It's actually quite a similar pattern though. If we get them, move out of the way. If we get them side by side, and we have a look here at Wabi. Okay. Oops. What is up? Oh, also is on. Is it the same level of drop? It is interesting. This guy here started to drop around 11 on the 26th, and here started to drop as well around the same time. So they both started to drop at the same time. So there was something that triggered both of these guys to drop. So I'm going to have to check out and see what is going on with them. Or if you know, or you have a theory, or you have a hypothetical theory, feel free to ask a question or make a comment. If you're on YouTube, please put a capital letter Q before your question. And if you are on the Discord server, please make sure you tag me in there. So those were our two biggest losers of today, I guess, over the last kind of since we last updated our sheet, which I did forget to do yesterday, so I do apologize for that. And if we come here, we can see that Ion is down 5% and Wabi is down 10%, respectively. So it's very interesting. OMG looks like he's been doing quite good. IOTA as well. Is IOTA moving? No, it's not moving. We've got to open here. And Bitcoin, we do have a little bit of holdings in Bitcoin, and that too went up. So, Kara saying BTC rose suddenly and sharply on the 26th. It did do a rise, however, not enough to kill them down that much. Most coins were recovering over the last few days, you know, such as IOTA. You know, if you have a look at it over the last few days, again, this is almost the exact same period. It was kind of leveling off and then starting to pick back up again. I know that a lot of coins right now are still watching BTC, and a lot of coins are waiting for their opportunity to shine. What are we looking at right now on BTC? Here is the 4-hour chart. BTC has crossed this line. However, guys, you got to understand this line is not a cemented line. It could potentially be up here. It could be up there, depending on how accurate your chart is and how pixel perfect you can get your line to be. So I believe that was there. I've just messed it up now. Control Z, Control Z, 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 Z. There we go. So yeah, it's we're gonna have to wait. I'm personally, I'm not quite confident in Bitcoin yet. If you remember up here, we hit 11.6, okay, above this line, and then we came crashing down. Right now, it seems like we've taken a bit of an interesting approach, especially if you look at the 4-hour chart. What you actually see is you see flag after flag, okay. Maybe let me turn off the magnet so then we can see these better. Okay, you can see flag after flag on BTC, and that, you know, there's one flag, we broke up, and then we went into another flag, or we're currently in another flag. So what does this mean? Does this mean we're going to suddenly go up again? If we do, and we just do flag after flag, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm happy with that. I prefer flag after flag compared to just some random lines that BTC is enjoying doing. But you got to remember, this here is the 4-hour period, so each one of these candles represents at least 4 hours. Well, it does represent exactly 4 hours, but you get the general idea. And if we come down now to the 15-minute, you can see that our flags were completely slightly out of line. So let's just move that there, shrink that line there down. So yeah, we'll have to watch this and keep an eye on it just to see how things are going. Okay, I'm not going to read the YouTube comments. It appears there's a conversation going on there. Your narration of TradingView controls is good call, since it's got a lot of hidden stuff. You might want to favorite the line and put it closer to your action, since you use it a lot. Yeah, somebody did mention about favoriting the lines, and I did test it out earlier. So I'm going to put horizontal line as well. I'm also going to put vertical line, and then I'm going to come here and do the brush, and I'm going to do the arc. And something else that I have been messing around with now is, because I always forget where it is no, where is it? Come on, I can't find it now. Where have you? There we go. Fibonacci retracements, because I'm experimenting with that a lot. Thank you very much, Kevin, for reminding me and suggesting the idea. So that's what BTC is doing right now. I know a lot of people have been waiting in various places on various servers, waiting for BTC to make up its damn mind which way it wants to go. And some people right now have gone back into Tether or USDT, waiting for some clarity or waiting for some clarification on where BTC is going to decide to go. For now, we're just going to stick with the alts unless BTC decides to come down and go. Ugh. If BTC decides to do that, maybe potentially we might move position, but for now we're just going to hold. And essentially we're holding some very strong coins. If we bring that up again for you guys, we can close this now. There we go. As you guys can see right now, and if I refresh this, we're going to see the dollar values changed. He went down $11. BTC. Wabi, we're holding Wabi, we're holding IOTA, ION, ICX, Walton, OMG, and a little bit of Bitcoin, just for the hell of it, since it is a funny coin to watch. Right, so we have reviewed what coins we're holding. It's a good thing that you know, Bitcoin didn't go down that much, and we still managed to clock in a little bit of profit today. A little bit of profit is better than no profit, guys. If you have a look now, we are on day 3 of being in a positive profit. I will take that as a good sign. I enjoy that. Prior to that, we didn't really have it. We had 2 days. We had 1, 2 days, 1, 4 days. Okay, so we have had more. But I'm going to take this as a good sign, you know, since we've been going down quite a bit. And we're looking at things really taking off very soon, especially with the strong coins that we hold, and we should start to get back on track. However, if BTC does decide to indeed keep being stupid, as I'm going to classify it right now, this it's actually a technical term, guys. If we have a look at the charts here, this here is called stupidity. It's a technical term. Look it up in any TA book. So yeah, I've got a question here from Ross saying, the small bit of homework you left us with yesterday, the YouTube vid, he talks about the best time to sell and buy. How do you work out the best time to sell? That is a very good question. And the best time to sell depends on what you are holding for. if you are holding your coin literally with the, and remember guys, we spoke, and Damilon always says, and I like this about Damilon, he always says, what do you say, Damilon?
Have a plan?
There we go. That's Damilon's catchphrase. Have a damn plan. When you go into a coin, you have a plan, okay? Either you buy it and you're going to hold it, okay, for a set amount of time, or you are going to buy it to sell it at a certain amount of profit, or you are going to buy it and forget it and don't look back at it for a few months, or you are just having fun because you're bored and BTC is pissing you off, so then you just buy and do whatever it is. So stick to your plan, okay? Our plan right now is to buy these coins, or it was to buy these coins, and once they each manage to have their good, beautiful recovery period, where they, where they have their nice growth, then we sell, and then we start to look at other coins, and we come out with other plans. So that is our plan for now, to buy these coins, hold them till they recover, and then sell them, which also explains why we haven't sold them yet, because they haven't had their full growth potential. However, if BTC does continue to do this, we will change our plan. So plans should also be flexible. They should not be solid like a rock, I guess. And lots of people answering there. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So yesterday, guys, I sent you the link for a video, and I said to you all, this is your homework. And I know a few people watched it, so thank you very much. But there's some points in there that I actually wanted to talk about, and this is what I wanted to talk about yesterday, but I wanted to do a little bit more kind of, what should we say? A little bit more work or thought. I had to do a lot more thinking about it today before discussing it on the stream, and that is one of the last parts of Mind Week, since we are in Mind Week, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit later on. And it's a simple case of how your mindset changes depending on how your trade went. And it was actually mentioned in the video that I sent you guys a link to yesterday. Essentially, the basic premise of it is that if you have made a good trade, subconsciously, you increase your appetite for risk. Okay, and it was really weird because as I'm about to speak about this, I was just listening in while the team were all talking today, talking about what trades they were making before we came on stream. And I was like, oh God, this is like the perfect, like it couldn't have worked out even more perfect. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about a little bit later on. So if you have a question, guys, about anything right now, please put a capital letter Q on YouTube. Otherwise, please tag me on the Discord server. We still hold a little bit of Bitcoin, and we are keeping it in case of emergencies. As we said, we don't know which way BTC is going. I see somebody said why, Nyquist said, I've heard many traders say they are happy with 10%. So why don't we sell our OMG? That is a very good question, sir. And the reason why not is because, let's open up OMG in here. Goodbye, Litecoin. Maybe actually I'll just quickly talk about Litecoin, guys, because I know a lot of you are holding it over the last few days, and some people were a little bit disappointed in how it didn't go so crazy high. So from a few days ago, Litecoin started to gain again. Okay, it went from just over $200. Went from just over $200 all the way up to $230. And there was some news due to come out. And that news was something called LitePay. And LitePay was essentially a service using Litecoin technology, using the Litecoin system that will allow merchants, i.e. websites and things like that, or in physical shops, to accept payments via the Litecoin network. And the second part of their system was a debit card. So a physical credit card, debit card style thing, which allows you to then spend your LTC. what happened was, I actually find it quite funny. I read an article about this earlier on. They successfully launched one part of their system, but the second part, which is the card, which is what a lot of people were buying into LTC for, failed to launch. And I can't remember which article I was reading earlier on, but essentially their excuse was because the credit card companies are being a bit fussy about cryptocurrency. And it was like, well, guys, you can't just come on the day that you're due to announce the day you're launching your service and suddenly say, oh, now the credit card company is being fussy, because this is the kind of thing you should have had planned from weeks ago or even months ago. And everybody has known for weeks and in fact months that the credit card companies are fussy. And as a result, it didn't see the expected growth that it should have had. It actually launched, I believe, yesterday, if I am not mistaken now. It launched yesterday and it was kind of a bit of a meh launch. So Litecoin back down at this level again. You guys can see there's a massive kind of area where Litecoin likes to live, you know, in between these two lines. Is it ever going to get out of this kind of area? Is it ever going to break out of here? We don't know. We'll see. It's been in here for a long time in between these two lines, occasionally going above, occasionally going below. So we'll just have to watch and see which way it goes right now. I know Greylan is very big. He follows Litecoin very, very, very closely. He's currently in the chat. So he is saying, pay no attention to LitePay. Coinbase is becoming a merchant processor with Litecoin as flagship. Don't say I never drop hints. Okay. Someone else put a question, actually. I am about 60% ICX at 0.00037. What is ICX at? Let me have a look. ICX. I just wanted to address the Litecoin thing, guys, because I got 2 messages over the last 24 hours asking about Litecoin. So you purchased it at 0.037. So, okay, that's a pretty good price to buy ICX. And the rest in BTC. Better to tether up on another run up to the 10.7 or buy alts that are so low in sats and hold until next month. Okay, Bobby, there's one major thing that just jumped out at me right there. Okay, right from your question. You are asking for a kind of answer to a question. However, your question is essentially 2 very, very different scenarios. So in one case, it seems to me like you want to focus on the shorter term. However, you also say that you're willing to buy something very low and hold it until next month. So those are quite a little bit contradictory. You need to work out for you. Can you sit there for 1 month without making a single trade and without checking the markets and without checking the candles? Or do you every single day when you wake up, before you've even opened your eyes, you're going for your phone and opening up your portfolio app and kind of blinking as your eyes get accustomed to the bright LED lights coming out of your screen to see your balance? If you're the latter and not the former, then don't think about buying something and holding it to next month. You will kill yourself. Okay? It is insane. If you can survive for a few days without looking at your portfolio and you don't care if you don't make a trade, then by all means, almost every coin right now is on sale. Okay? Would I sell a coin that I'm holding right now to try and pick up on the BTC down? No, because guys, you got to understand. Okay, let me see if I can do this in a nice way. Let's go back to the 4 hours. Okay, so let's zoom in a lot here on the 4. Go away. I do not want to see you. There we go. So this here is our this here is our 4 hour chart. And if we take right from the bottom of this candle here to the top of this candle here, we can see over the space of 4 hours, it went up 2%. Okay. Even if we take from here up to here, we can see that in the space of maybe that's too much. Let's get a 24-hour period. So we are looking perhaps from here up to here. Okay, it moved 5% in 24 hours. Now, let's come back to here. Let's come back to a nice period of the year. I think January was okay. January wasn't too extreme, in my opinion. Yeah, we can take this random period in January. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna come to 24 hours, 1 day, 13.6%. Who remembers screaming and pulling their hair out and going, "Oh my God, we gotta go to Tether," on the 3rd of January? Let's take another period here. 24 hours, 15%. Again, who remembers on the 6th of January pulling their hair out and saying, "Oh, we gotta go to Tether"? Let's go back to an even better period. Let's go back to around... Let's come back to here. No, wait, this was right at the peak, isn't it? Let's come back to Christmas time. 1 day. There we go. In 1 day, we went up 15%. And then we went down 15%. We are used to these bigger swings, guys. But because everybody has been on edge recently, watching BTC, when BTC now moves 2% or 3%, we're all suddenly going, "Shit, I should tether up." Okay? When we had this crazy growth, yeah, it was slightly different. Okay? We're looking here at October, and we can... Let me just get this right. If I click here and come across 1 day, there we go. So on the 25th of October, we were doing 8 or 9% per day. Okay, either growth or shrinkage, depending on what Bitcoin was doing that day. And I don't remember honestly, I don't remember everyone screaming and shouting, "Let's go to Tether, let's not go to Tether." Yeah, granted, you had these crazy days, you know, where we dropped down almost 20% in 1 day. But we've had those periods recently as well. So why am I mentioning all of this? Because we are moving 2 to 3%, and suddenly everybody is screaming and panicking and going to Tether. But we weren't doing this before, guys. I don't know whether you guys... I certainly wasn't. I definitely certainly wasn't. Okay? So that there is 20 hours. Let's say it goes for another day. That's 2%. Nothing, guys. Alright? Even these big drops here. Let's go down to 24%, 24 hours. There we go. Again, it's 8%. We were seeing bigger swings than this. Okay? I think we all need to kind of just refocus a little bit and readjust how we're trading. Because when we went down to 6K, when we hit this crazy bottom here, when we saw these big massive reds for a few days, people really changed and people really adapted their whole trading strategy. And people now trade in fear rather than trade in confidence. Okay? And again, I think I really hope that everyone can right now just go, actually, why am I afraid of it dropping 2% or 3% in the space of a day? You know, I should be happy that at least with that stable compared to how things were before. You know, look at all these insane reds. Look at all these insane movements, guys. You know, we should be thankful. We should be happy. We should be more confident in BTC. I know I said earlier that I'm not completely confident, but that's because we're still waiting to cross over a major part. But so far, the movements are a lot calmer. So I personally, I wouldn't really advise going into BTC, guys, until BTC into USDT until BTC makes a major move. All right, it's, you know, that's just my opinion. I don't know, guys. Anyone on the server? Does anyone agree with me or disagree with me on that? Feel free to jump in.
I do agree with you, man.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. I guess no one apart from Jerome has an opinion on that. But yeah, okay, we can leave that then. But yeah, guys, it's you know, it's a little bit tough. Okay. but I hope that everybody now, if you go through and you just do these quick calculations and you say, actually, you know what, maybe not, going into Tether, would I have done that? And just ask yourself this question. If you've been trading for a few months, you ask yourself this question. Would I have done this around Christmas? Would I have done this around the 5th or the 6th or the 8th of January? Or is it only since we had the 6K drop that I have then become more, less willing to stay in when the red comes? Okay? And you should try and work out, what is the core reasoning behind you jumping into Tether? Is it fear? Because if it is fear, then you don't want to be trading based on fear. Trading based on fear is going to really bring in a lot of shit, and it's going to really mess up a lot of stuff. You don't want to be trading on that. So check it out, guys. Just do the calculations for yourselves and work it out and see where you feel comfortable. Don't just... I know it sounds crazy, but just be a little bit more aware. Be a little bit more aware of how things are going. It's like, yeah, we had a few big reds, but then we had some good greens. Yeah, we had another couple of reds, and then we had some greens. We're already back up. And if I refresh our account page, you guys are going to see that in the space of a few minutes, we just went and made, I don't know, I'm going to guess about $11 now. Close enough. We made $8, $9. Okay, so just check it out. Okay, before you consider going into Tether. I do apologize to trying to find the name again. To Bobby. Bobby, it wasn't directly aimed at you, but just think very carefully whether you actually want to go into Tether right now and just in order to kind of make 1 to 2%, or if it's easier for you and less stressful to just stay where you are, buy some coins, hold them for a few days. We bought some coins, they went down in value, it's alright, they're going to go back up in value. Not worried one single bit. If I was really worried that one of these coins was what they call a shit coin, I would drop it faster than a hot piece of whatever. I don't even know what the saying is for that. Okay. I think I missed a lot of comments and a lot of questions here. I don't really see any aimed at me on the YouTube. However, on the Discord server, Nyquist saying, what about OMG? We spoke about OMG, I believe. Kefra saying, FOMO and FUD make things more volatile. Yep, I do agree. FOMO and FUD make things more volatile. As well as making things more volatile, there's been a lot of fear that has been introduced into the trading community. I'm not saying people are afraid, like, oh my God, no. But it's just, there's a large element of doubt, and that doubt is equal to fear, and that's why it's called FUD. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and that's the stage that we are in right now. And that's why I would like if kind of people started to perhaps just reevaluate things and go back and look at historical data. We're always talking about looking at historical data for things, and yeah.
Hey, Techie.
Just, yep.
Before we got on this massive tangent, you were about to address why you didn't sell OMG at a 10% profit.
Yeah, I was. Oh, okay. Thank you. It's been a while. Why didn't I sell OMG? The answer is simple. OMG still has a lot of room to go. Okay, and I thought I actually spoke about that, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I kind of just went off, so I do apologize for that. Let's open it up on Binance. Oh, that's on the 1 hour. I was wondering why we looked weird. Is this right? Oh, yes, it is. There we go. Why didn't I sell OMG? Because OMG had some good growth. However, there was potential for it to have more growth. It didn't bounce off of this line. And then this line, as you can see here, became the resistance line. I'm going to hold it for another couple of days, and then see once it's done its full recovery and see how it goes. Yep, thank you, Domilon. It does appear that, yeah.
I was just repeating a question on the forums.
Yep, thank you. I did honestly think I spoke about this. I can't remember. It's really weird.
The chart does look familiar.
It does, doesn't it? Right? I don't know. Didn't we already talk? Maybe I'm just absolutely losing it. I am a little bit cuckoo. You gotta be to do something like this. But yeah. Yeah, so I mean, right now I'm going to move a line down here because essentially right now our trend line has moved. We are taking this point here of a trend reversal and this point here of a trend reversal, and we're going to see now how it goes. But so far, guys, I mean, it's still very strong. It still has a massive amount of potential. If you're looking at the RSI, it never really truly goes to being oversold. And so this level here appears to be its kind of oversold level. Each coin does occasionally need its own kind of twist put onto it, but as you guys can see, anytime it's hit this level here, it's had some good growth, comes back down again, hits here, a little bit of growth, not really significant, comes back down again, hits here, starts to go up very nicely, comes back down, hits around here, has a nice massive run, comes back down again, hits here. So you're gonna hold on to it, you know. Tomorrow, if I have some time and some energy, I may potentially, if I see one of the coins that we hold who's going up nicely, and I believe that we may be able to short it, i.e. sell it at one price with the intention to buy it back in lower as it's about to go down, we may potentially do that just to get a little bit more money into there. But that is why we didn't sell OMG, because if we sell OMG now and then we wake up tomorrow and it's got another 10%, we're going to be like, oh, why didn't we just hold on to OMG? Particularly with everything else that's going on right now. A lot of questions here. None. Okay, guys, if you're on YouTube, you want to ask a question, please make sure you put a capital letter Q so I can scroll through quickly and pick out the questions so I can answer them instead of answering every single comment that's on there. Here, Paul, iPaul Pro says, quick tip for TradingView. Type in the number on the chart, allows you to quickly switch to a different interval. If you only type in numbers, it's in minutes. You can also type interval. Yeah, I did see that. Someone did mention that somewhere else yesterday, and I was going to start to do that. You can just click anywhere on the chart, and then you type in 60, comes up to 60 minutes. If you go 60H, 4H, comes up to 4 hours, 12 hours. You can also do 2 day, not DD. 2D, 2 days, etc. 70 or 1W. So if you want to just quickly do that, go ahead. I'm very used to right now clicking up here and doing it. It's like once you get used to it, you kind of get used to it. But I mean, I could technically put a favorite on there and then, wait, where does that get added? I can't remember now. Okay, yeah, so thank you very much for the tip. That's the tip for everyone else yesterday. iPaul Pro saying that was me yesterday. Wasn't sure if you caught it. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Kefa, was that we also had a discussion about it on another channel there. So, yeah. Cass was saying you can also make intervals your favorite. Yes, I need to work out how to do that. But again, now I'm used to just clicking around and doing this. I'm like one of those people who once they get used to something, it's a little bit like, Like now I'm going to have to get used to using this toolbar here. Don't know if I really want to do it. So, we have 15 minutes left on this stream, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to now come in and take a look at the vote. Where was the vote gone? Just so I can put this matter to bed, to dead, to whatever it is. I can't even remember where it is now. Okay, it's gonna be that time. Let's go into off topic. Scroll up, and find where I posted that. There we go. I'm sorry, guys. You got one vote since the beginning of the stream. Well, one vote in the last few hours. So can we now please stop requesting this, the Lord of the Rings series? I said 200 votes. You guys get it? Just okay. Goodbye. I know some people are saying it's a little bit harsh. We need more time. We need more access. We need more stuff. But guys, you know, yeah. That's it. We're not gonna spend more stream time talking about that stuff. You're welcome to send me a DM if you want to discuss it, and we can talk about what's actually what we can do or what we can't do. So, going back to the topic of Mind Week this week, and then afterwards we will check out what everyone has been trading today, and then we will end the stream. The topic today is a very light one. It's more of a suggestion or a recommendation. Or a tip than an analysis or a specific mind thing. But whenever you do anything in life, okay, anything in life that has a risk of success or failure, okay, so whether you are training in soccer and you want to score a goal, okay? Or whether you want to, I don't know, you're playing another sport and you're, you know, archery, and you're doing bow and arrow, etc., and that kind of stuff. Anything at all where there is always an element of you could make it or you could not make it. And trading and poker and everything else. Your mindset and your risk for appetite, your appetite for risk, and we'll talk about what is appetite for risk, it changes. And it changes based on your previous performance. Okay, so we spoke about MACD. We spoke about how MACD, you've got the signal line is based on the average of the previous X amount of days, whatever it is, blah, 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 all of that. You got to think of your performance as an average as well. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because over the last few days, I have seen in a lot of places people say, I made the trade, I made 15%, it was epic, yeah, amazing. And then 20 minutes later or an hour later, you find them coming back being like, oh, I went in on this coin and I lost all my profits. And then a few hours later, they'll come back and they'll be like, oh no, I lost even more money, now I'm lower than where I was. Or, you know, or it'll be the opposite. People lose money, you know, and then they've lost money, and then they go into another trade, and then they've lost even more money, then they go into another trade, and they've lost even more money. And that is because your mindset, the way the logic within your brain works, depends on your previous performance. If you have an amazing trade where you make 50% profits, I can guarantee you that your next trade will be one that you will take much more risk on, because you are on a high. You are like, yes, man, I'm unstoppable. I can do anything. I'm just going to make money. Come on. That's what's going to be going through your mind. So then you go into your next trade with that mindset, and then you're like, I don't care about this risk. Doesn't matter. Let's just carry on. Ooh, I'm going to make money here. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to make money there. And you start to go in. Damilon's laughing.
I have a feeling you're leading into me here.
No, not you at all. I've seen this in a lot of places, dude. Okay, this is nothing personal against anyone. I do this as well. All right, guys? Today. And essentially then you go into a trade, and you subconsciously, on a subconscious level, you start to block out some of the things that tell you, hey man, hold on a second. Are you sure this is a good idea? Are you sure you can do this? And like, look, you know, this line here is like going down. Are you sure you want to jump in now? Hey, look at this, man. It's all going down, dude. You know how to do TA. You know how to draw a simple line, man. Come on. This is your subconscious talking to you. Come on, look at that, man. It's going down, man. What are you talking about, eh? And you're like, oh, I'm unstoppable. You know, and so you take a trade. You take a lot more risk than what you would otherwise take. And then you lose money. Now, if you've lost one trade, it puts you into a different mindset. Instead of being like, yeah, I'm unstoppable, it puts you into the mindset of, okay, I know, I gotta make money. This is gonna be the one. This one here, this is gonna be the one that's gonna make me money. I know it. I can just feel it. I can just guarantee it, you know? And again, your subconscious stops seeing the signs and the signals that are going on. And this is one major tip, guys, that I can recommend to everybody. When you have a successful trade, you take your money and you stop. You take a break. You move away from your charts. Don't take your money. And this is something I do occasionally, or I used to do a lot more of. I'm actually working on bringing it down. Okay, guys, when I'm saying all of this stuff, I'm not saying it like I'm the perfect trader. Okay, I am saying this as a reminder to you guys as well as a reminder for myself, because at the end of the day, we are all human. Okay, and we all forget, and we all need these kind of reminders. If you have a successful trade, once you have closed your trade, once you have closed your position, leave the charts. Go away. Take a break. Go for a walk. Go for a drive. Take your dog out. Take your wife out. Take your husband out. Okay? Go and watch some TV. Go and shave. You know, when was the last time you shaved or showered? You know, you've been sat there for 2 weeks watching the damn charts. Go and have a damn shower. You're starting to stink. All right? Just take a break before you come to do anything else. And remember, guys, I was telling you that I watch a lot of videos. I watch a lot of interviews with traders and stuff, and there's almost always one recurring theme that I've seen there, and I am really starting to go more and more into it, is that once you have made your big trade of the day, you shut down and you don't trade anything else. That's it. There's one trader, guys, okay, that I've been watching a lot more of. The guy goes in, he wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning. He has his breakfast, he does a bit of exercise. At 6 o'clock in the morning, he is there looking at the charts, waiting. And he will make his first buy as soon as the markets open, and he will make his first sell at the first available opportunity. And the first time he closes a trade in profit, he stops working for the rest of the day. The whole rest of the day, he doesn't work anymore. He just stops. That's it. He's made money. He's made his money. He's happy with it, and he stops. And he leaves the rest of the day to do other stuff in life. Yeah, granted, he's got a hell of a lot of money, okay? Yeah, granted, he can go out and actually enjoy things and travel and do whatever it is for the rest of the day and not have to worry about stuff. Granted, he can make $20, $30, $50, $80,000 on one trade. But this is the mindset that you need to get into. And he says the reason why he does it is because every single time that he makes a big trade and he makes a profit and then he comes back, he loses it. And he said that he knows himself. He can't control it, so he just restricts it. The minute he makes profit, he knows his next trade is going to be shit. So he takes a break. Okay?
This
and guys,
happens to me all the time.
Yeah, it happens to me. Okay? It happens to me. And this is why, guys, I'm saying a lot of this stuff is not just, I'm talking like I'm the perfect trader. I'm just like you guys. I FOMO sometimes, okay? I see something going up, I'm like, oh man, the charts look good, the indicators look good, everyone's talking about it, fuck it, come on, let's go, baby, yeah, come on, give me some money, what are you doing, ow, what, no, fuck. That's happened to all of us. That exact dialogue has happened to all of us, all right? So we all need to go through and we all need to practice this. We all, as well, if you see somebody coming on and saying, yeah, I just made, 20% profit, say to him, go take a break, bro. Go take a break before you make your next trade. Remind each other, remind us, all right?
And a lot of times also ignore them, because I would say at least half the time they're just making it up.
Yeah,
there's
like
so much 5%
bullshit.
And they inflated it to like 20%.
Yeah, so, Grizz is currently saying, I'm going to read that out, Grizz, just so that people can understand that. No. Oh, God, I'm not going to read that out, you joker. Yeah, once you've made, an amount of money, guys, take a break. Look, Powell is coming in. And thank you for sharing that, Powell. He's saying, story of my life. I made 20% on Nano, lost later, like 15%. How many of you guys have done that? I will put my hand up to it.
It's not just that, it's usually on the exact same coin too. So
yeah,
you will end up making a big profit on a coin and sell it and think you made the right decision, you made great profits and you're super happy and you're pumped up, you have adrenaline going, and then you see the candle going green again. You're like, oh shit, I could have made more. So you don't look at anything. You don't even consider, hey, it might be overbought, what the chart is. You just buy it back because you're like, oh, I have further to go. You already made the right decision. And all of a sudden it turns green and or it turns red. You're like, no, it's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. You usually hold it longer than you want to, or it dumps really fast. And before you know it, you're taking risks on things. You have no clue. You're just looking at the next coin that's going green. You buy that and you've lost money. So you have to, if you do make the right call and you get a good percentage profit, then move on. Because a lot of times you're going to look at the same coin that made you money before, and you're waiting for that coin to make you money again.
Guys, I'm going to put this into a perspective, okay, that I think maybe all of us, especially the guys in the room, can appreciate, because we all probably did this at one time. You remember the first time when you were a young little boy, and you were with some girl, and you kissed her, Do you remember that feeling? You felt like you were absolutely invincible. You suddenly felt like you were Superman. You could get any girl in the world. No. This is fucking life. Okay? Get that shit out of your head.
My grandma.
You know, you just make profit on one trade. Okay?
There's a good one out there for you.
make a good trade. Take your profit. Put it in your pocket. Walk away. Enjoy something else in life for a bit. Okay? And then come back. One day you will eventually get to the level. Sorry? Romeo.
Nothing. Keep going. You're all right.
Okay. One day you will eventually get to the level where you wake up in the morning, you quickly have a look at your portfolio, and you look like this, you go, well, that coin's good, that coin's in a lot of profit, I might sell a bit of that, I might sell a bit of this one, let me have a look if there's a quick coin that I can swing, let me look through my favorite coins, ooh, this guy here looks interesting, he's down quite a bit, I'm going to pick him up and I'll sell him tomorrow, and that's it for today. And that's what you do. Because when you're going to be making $20,000, $15,000 every few days, do you still want to spend your time staring at charts? Or do you want to spend that money enjoying life? Like, you got to ask yourself, what are you doing this for? Are you doing this to stare at charts? Or are you doing this to facilitate a better life? Because once you reach your aim, you need to change your approach. You know, I'm somebody who's always gone from, you know, I have crazy aims in life. I have insane aims in life. My working history reads like a fucking, what do they call them? Those career day things, events that they do at colleges and stuff. Well, that's because I have my aim, and once I've reached it, I'm like, okay, I've reached my aim. Time to move on. You know, time to adapt. Time to do something different. And you need to do that in trading. Set yourself an aim. Set yourself a goal. Once I reach making 5 grand on average per day, I'm going to spend less time doing charts, and I'm going to start woodworking. I'm going to start painting. I'm going to start racing. Whatever it is. I'm going to learn how to fix an old classic. You need to put those aims in from now, and you need to visualize them in your mind in order for them to become a reality. Because otherwise, you're just going to spend your whole time sitting and watching damn charts. No matter how much money you make, you will be sat here watching charts because that was your aim. Okay, so let's see. We've just gone over stream time right now. Guys in the team, who wants to share their trades for today?
I can do mine. Nothing.
I didn't trade today. Same.
Missed a few because
I was watching charts.
I traded a little bit today. So I sold off all of my Neo, swung traded a little bit, and then it was up quite a bit today. And then moved into BTC once it looked like it was kind of stable. I had traded Lunar, which I actually don't care about as a coin. The Wikipedia of blockchain, I guess. It was on a pump. I made a lot of money, and we're going to get... This is exactly why I was laughing earlier, because I did exactly what we just talked about. I made a lot of money on it. I got out at the right time. I made a good decision. And then as I saw it dropping several red candles in the 15-minute chart, I thought it was making a pennant. And I saw the first green one, and I thought it was going to go up, and I bought it. And I put a lot of money into it, and I lost a lot of the gains that I had already. So, I sold. So I spent the rest of the day trying to make small trades to make up the money that I lost, to make sure that I was still in a profit for the day. And it's frustrating because I ended up staring at that coin over and over again because it made me a lot of money to begin with, and I felt like it could do it again. So if I just would have walked away, I would have been way up for the day. Instead, I had to work hard on a lot of stupid 1% trades to try to get my money back up because I made some stupid decisions. So from the person who always says have a plan, I literally went into all of that with no plan. So yeah, you see what happens.
And it happens to the best of us. You know, nobody is perfect, guys. We are all humans. We all forget. We all sometimes make a mistake. We all overanalyze or underanalyze a situation, you know, and then that causes us to mess things up. You know, recently, when the market was going to shit, I started to take a lot more breaks. There were days when I wouldn't even, really look at the charts, and I wouldn't barely be on the server. Just occasionally type a message here and there. And it helped me to realize the value in not, in taking a break, in taking a little bit of time off. If you see something going down and it's a big giant red, like, I just got to show you guys this, okay? This big red right now on BTC, this is the 15 minutes, okay? Oops, wrong one. This is the 15 minutes here, okay? There was a big red. And I know because I saw some messages, there were people who sold here. There were people who sold here because they panicked. What did I do? I went, okay, I'm just going to leave it for now and I'm going to come back to it in a bit and see what it did. Is this just a temporary red that's gone down? It's going to shoot back up? Is it going to hover around this line? What's it going to do? And just leaving BTC and going, okay, I'm just not going to look at it anymore. We'll let it do its thing and I'll come back later. I'll analyze the situation and I'll make a trade. Just being able to walk away is a really, really great thing to do. So practice it. You have time to practice it now, guys. You really, really do have time to practice it. The market is barely doing anything. You need to practice this stuff now, because when you come back and you're making 20-30% profits on a trade, if you're not practiced in this stuff, you're going to end up losing that money immediately. Okay? So you need to practice this stuff now while we're still playing with a little bit of money. It's like, oh, we went down 10%. It was $80. It doesn't matter. But when we're going to be trading with $200,000, and if you go in and you make a 20% trade, and then you come back out and you suddenly, then you go into something stupid, and then you've lost 10 grand, you're going to be like, oh my God, dude. That's going to make you feel sick when you're losing 10 grand on a stupid trade because you FOMO'd in or because you didn't analyze the situation. That's why it's important to cover this stuff right now. Personally, for me, I did a trade on Ncash yesterday, and it went a little bit south, but I woke up. I didn't have a stop loss in there. In fact, I did have a limit order on the sell because I was more confident that it was going to go up rather than go down. Let's open this up on here just to give it a little bit. Ncash. Okay, so I was Ncash, new coin. We spoke about it yesterday. Stream time here. So it pumped a little bit just after the stream time, and I was considering selling, but I didn't. I waited, and then I went to sleep. And this is the story of Techie right now. I go to sleep, and something major happens, and it kind of started to go down and down and down and down. And I woke up. And I can't even remember what time I woke up. I remember actually this morning I woke up, I took one look at it and I went, oh, fuck this, I'm going back to bed. Like, I'm not going to panic, it doesn't matter. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and it came back up. And I sold here because I saw that it was going to go back down again. So I sold here, and as you guys can see, it went back down again. And right now I'm just in the position now of recovering some of the losses that I made on Ncash. However, I do still strongly believe that it is going to take back off again. Personally, for me, please don't follow, okay? This is a high risk situation because I have a lot of alerts set up on various different stuff, okay? And I'm monitoring it very, very closely, and I have alerts on another system. So right now I'm just putting in a small amount of money to mess around with this and see how it is going. Other than that, I've been in Ether most of the day. Ethereum has been quite interesting. I haven't made any other trades. There were quite a few calls on a few other things going out today, but I decided not really to do anything. Again, Ethereum is kind of similar to how BTC is right now. It's kind of in between a little bit of a channel. However, whereas with Bitcoin, it's kind of almost a perfectly level thing. I've got a shortcut here. With Ethereum, it's kind of slightly slanted upwards, as you guys can see here. Again, these are not not very accurate lines, but it's slightly on an upward trend rather than BTC, which was almost perfectly level. So I'm just sitting around. I'm waiting right now. I'm waiting to buy back.
Becky, before you switch that.
Yep.
Your Ethereum there.
Yep.
So it's Ethereum. But today, when I was trading Neo, someone asked if I have ever used a stop loss. So I'm just gonna, if you look at like the first half of that, you kind of notice how at the bottom it hits this yellow line a few times. So there was a point where I bought Neo, which was near this yellow line for Neo. And but I was still worried about if Bitcoin was going to go up or down. So I set a stop loss right around where the yellow line was for Neo. And I said, well, if I lose a few dollars times the amount of coins I have. But at least I can walk away and then I don't have to look at the chart. So I could go away for a few hours and come back and not worry if I lost a ton of money. But if it went up, then I was protected. So this is a case where I did use a stop loss because I kind of saw a floor and I knew if the price dropped below that, I probably didn't want to hold on to the coin. So that's where I had used a stop loss in that case for today.
Yeah, guys, I know earlier on I was talking to you guys and I said I don't use stop losses at all, etc., etc. However, recently, after speaking to a lot of more experienced traders, they all use stop losses to a very high degree. I think it's one of those things which is kind of split. A lot of traders either do use it or they don't use it. I have used it in the past and it's kind of burnt me in a way. And particularly in this kind of quite volatile market right now with BTC and its uncertainty, I didn't want to put any stop losses on anything. However, with the major movements of BTC, I am starting to potentially use very wide stop losses. What is a wide stop loss? Some people put their stop loss at 1%. Some people put it at 2% lower than their buy-in. For me, wide is something between 5 to 10%, depending on how much the coin moves. But at the same time, I'm not just putting a fixed percentage. I am actually checking out the coin variance, i.e. in the space of a day, how much can it actually generally normally move? And to do that, I'm going back to historical data. I'm not looking at current data. I'm going back to more historical data and I'm checking out how much the coin can normally fluctuate within a day, and then I'm basing my stop loss off of that. I'm just experimenting right now, and once I come up with a very good stable solution, we may recommend putting it on some coins that there is an element of uncertainty about. However, with the way Bitcoin is right now, guys, you know, Bitcoin dips a little bit and suddenly all the alts are like, oh my god, and then they just suddenly panic and sell, and then the altcoin has dropped 10% when BTC only moved 1%. You know, all it did was bloody sneeze and everyone's just panicking. So putting a stop loss is a little bit risky because you could end up losing your position at a loss, particularly since the general consensus is we're expecting to go up.
Yeah, someone made a comment like, "Hey, what if they all bounce off of this line?" So yes, if you put it at a level that can be repeated, a common support, it's likely your stop loss will trigger and then it will actually bounce back up. So usually you want to stop loss if it's a protection below that. So it actually has to break that line.
Yeah.
Or break below where you are slightly below where you accept a bottom for a sell. And some people also use a stop loss in a bull market. So they buy a coin, and this isn't for a long-term hold. This is for something they think has gotten a lot of FOMO, and you're watching it, and you're setting stop losses. It's called a trailing stop loss. You can do this with a bot, with a program, but if you're doing it manually, say you're up 20%, and now you set the stop loss at 10% profit. So no matter what, you're going to get a 10% profit because it's going to hit that stop loss if it dips. But if it goes up to 30%, then maybe you move up your stop loss to 20% profit, and so on and so on. Now, it may bounce off that and continue up, but that way you're always guaranteeing that you make some profit if it's moving up very fast and protecting yourself against a dump. So some people do that, and the opposite of that is selling little parts of your stack as it goes up. So some people on a big bull run like to say, okay, well, I'm going to sell, 10% at 10% profit and another 10% at 20% profit. And whatever, you're taking little pieces of it, but you're still holding some if it keeps going up. So there's different strategies some people use if they're seeing the market going up very fast, but they still don't plan on holding long term. So in a long-term hold, you would never use a stop loss because you're accepting any low the coin hits, thinking that it's going to be worth a lot at some point in the future. So you never want to sell that coin. You're always just waiting until it's at a profit level you think is, like 5 times what you bought it at. Otherwise, you're not even thinking about selling it.
Yep. And guys, for me personally, I have a mental stop loss level, just like we have over here. Oops, I almost showed my one there. That would have been a bit dangerous. Just as we have over here, we have a sheet with all of our trades on. I have a sheet with all my trades on that I track. I have a lot more columns than this though. And essentially once I go below a certain level, for me it's a mental level, I go back and I reanalyze the coin. I do fresh TA on the coin and see, are we still continuing down? If we are, then I will sell the coin, but then I will buy it back lower. Okay, I don't just pull out and oh yeah, that's the end of it. No, I like to actively, consciously be aware of my trades as they're happening and essentially not be caught out, because it happened to me once. Okay, it wasn't in crypto, it was in forex. Okay, where I put a stop loss at something, and I was using a tablet at the time to track my trades in my portfolio, and the tablet was taking the average market instead of a particular market, and I think it was euro and pounds, and essentially I'd put a stop loss, and I went out for the evening, and when I got back home I checked on my tablet and I saw that it was literally a fraction of a penny off of where my stop loss was. So I went to sleep thinking, yeah, my stop loss didn't trigger. Woke up in the morning, checked on my tablet, the market had moved quite a lot. I was sitting there like calculating in my mind, yeah man, I made some decent profit. Had a shower feeling amazing, drive into the office feeling so damn epic. I was like, yeah man, big profits this morning. Got in and realized my stop loss triggered.
Yeah, this has happened to me with, I don't know if it was Litecoin or Ethereum last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I had seen the price and I set a stop loss a good 15% below where the price was. And I went on my Coinbase app and checked the price later, and Litecoin or whatever, it was up like 25%. And I was so happy. And then I went and looked at the chart, and it had dropped like 17% and then went up. So my stop loss triggered, I sold, and then it went way up. So that can definitely happen to you. So it's only used, I only use it if I'm just buying a coin and I want to go to sleep, and I really just don't want to even deal with an unsteady market. But if the market is in a bull market, I tend to never use them because it always recovers. So now it's only the fear of a possible correction that I'm using it.
Yep, and I'm gonna start using it a lot more when I'm swinging, just so that then I don't have to sit there watching the charts all day. You know, and so stop losses can be seen as a very positive thing, but at the same time they can have a negative effect. Essentially what I'm doing now is if I set a stop loss on any coin, I come into TradingView and I create a new alert, and I create the alert at the exact penny or the exact Satoshi value or ether value that I put my stop loss at. And once it triggers and I get an email, I then log into my account on Binance via the phone app, via somewhere else, and I confirm, did I actually sell or not? Because guys, you got to understand something. If we come right now into here and say that I put a massive, say that I want to sell ICX and I put an order here right now, okay? In order for my order to trigger, all of this 10,244.47 has to sell before my one is triggered. I get added onto the end of the list over here. So if I wake up and I see that we came down to 3644, but then we bounced back up, there is a chance that my order didn't trigger. So again, it's important to go and check, you know, whether your order actually triggered, and not just live based off of the fact that potentially it did, potentially it didn't, we got close, but maybe, but I don't know. Okay, just remove all the doubt. It will help you feel a lot better in life. Jack saying, what do you suggest when sleep? Better not to trade? I don't know. Oh, that's just a question to each other over there. Okay, I'll let you guys deal with that. Guys, we're coming up to the end of the stream right now. I think we're quite a few minutes over. I haven't seen any questions, so I am just... Oh, what alts are you going to pick up? Nothing. We picked up our alts. We have our positions.
No,
we
he
will
asked when are they going to pick up?
When? Sorry, I do apologize. Right now, the market is a little bit uncertain on BTC. We are waiting on Grandad to make a move to see whether his hip replacement has worked or whether he's just going to get drunk and fall over and need to be taken to hospital again. This is essentially the state we're at. Sorry, it was a little bit crazy of me to say that. But this is essentially the state that we're at. If BTC, right now I like this. I like that BTC is quite stable, relatively level. Okay, it can even start to go up a little bit. And in fact, if we switch over to any coin, we can see that over the same time period, that most coins, not this guy, ignore this guy for now. He's a special case. That most coins, most good coins should have potentially, again, bad example. Most coins should potentially start to pick up slightly and really start to get better and improve. So it's all depending on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts to go wild, everyone sells out of the alts, the price goes down, Bitcoin is stable, people gain confidence. I'm hoping, I don't like making these calls. A lot of people are saying, oh, the middle of March, the market should be perfect, everything should be great, we'll be back into lots of money. But the same thing was said about the end of February, it was said about the middle of February. So for now, let's just hope that BTC remains relatively stable. People get the confidence, okay, of the market, and then we can start to look at how we can make some good money. I don't remember why these yellow lines were drawn here. We said this yesterday, isn't it? I should start to label my lines. All right, guys. Zach saying BTC broke the mini channel for now on the 15. Yeah, that mini channel that I had there. I can't remember why I drew it, but yeah, it's okay. Someone saying a BTC forming a bullish wedge. BTC forming a bullish wedge. Which points are you basing that off of? I don't actually know, so I'm just gonna come here and just draw a wedge like that, like a so, and we can take down from these points here, like a so, and you could say yes, potentially, actually it's more like a symmetric triangle right now, which is again a 50-50, rather than a particularly strong kind of thing. But again, if you go up to the 4 hours, it looks like it's just in a flag right now. So take of it what you wish, take of it what you please, and yeah, it could be anything right now. All right, guys, that's the end of the stream. Okay, guys in the server, I'm going to say good night, and then I'm going to wait 5 seconds, and then you guys are going to have the opportunity to say good night yourselves within those 5 seconds, okay? Is that a plan now?
Yes.
Okay. Because usually it just doesn't work. Alright guys, we'll be back tomorrow. If you enjoyed the video, please give a thumbs up to the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure you activate the notifications. I see that there's usually now an average of about 80 people watching. We're going up slightly due to the market starting to pick back up again. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them in the video, but at the same time, please join the Discord server, the CoinVX server, where we are currently hosted, and then you can send me a message on there. You get to see all of the cool rooms, like trading rooms, etc., you know, or various other rooms with lots of great information in there. So from us, from myself and the rest of the team, have a good night, and hopefully everybody wakes up with some good profits in their wallets. Good night, guys. Take care, and we will catch you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Hasta luego.
Good night, everyone.
Be tight.